gather round, feel the love compound. Blue elephant is strong, together we belong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Let's Resin recently sent me a mold, and I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was going around a little while ago a lot. It is their Axolotl mold, and I have been wanting this for so long. I'm so happy to finally get it. I think these are super adorable. I mean, it's so cute, and honestly, this is gonna make the perfect gift for my grandson who loves Minecraft and all things Minecraft, so this is great for that. We are using Let's Resin's epoxy resin in here. Now, we're going to play with alcohol inks, which I don't do too much as far as dropping them down on my channel, mainly because I suck at it. But we're not going for the Petri effect today. So what I'm doing is I am just pouring just clear resin into this mold, and I think I mixed up around maybe 3-ish ounces or so. I don't want to fill it the whole way. I honestly want to fill it to just below where the arms and legs of this axolotl are going to come into play, because we're going to do that a different color. Now, I am going in. He's got these little, uh, they're obviously not antlers because they don't have antlers, but like this little headpiece type deal on him, and I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the air bubbles out of this. And it's really nice that this is a clear kind of mold, because you can definitely see where there are air bubbles at, and take your time to work them out so that we don't have any issues later on. Okay, so I filled it up with the rest of the resin, scraped out my container. Now I'm just double checking to make sure that there aren't any air bubbles that I may have missed, and get all that straight. We're going to hit it with our heat gun real quick, and then we're going to get ready and drop some inks into here. Now, I am doing it in the traditional kind of Petri type way, as far as I'm putting my colors down, and then I will be dropping the Let's Resin white sinker white into it, but I'm not going necessarily after the Petri effect. If it happens, great. It's just going to be kind of like an added bonus, but that's not necessarily what I'm going for. Now, I am dropping 2 different shades of green, 2 different shades of blue. I don't necessarily know what's going to happen. This is a very it's not a large mold, but it's very narrow in the fact of the way of the body. So these colors are most likely going to mix, and that's fine. Now I am going in with the sinker white, and I'm just dropping a bunch down over top of it. Typically, it's you drop your color and then you drop the white on top of it, so it's like a 1-to-1 type ratio. I'm not counting. I'm just going in and kind of making sure that it all has that layer of white over it, if that makes sense. You do want to make sure for your sinker white that you shake it up really well, especially if it's been sitting around for a while, because all of the actual pigment kind of sets on the bottom, and you want that to get mixed in, because that is, if I am speaking correctly, what weighs down the inks that are going to make them drop into the resin. Now, I am going in with a couple different layers of color, and I'm hoping to kind of get it to push in. And then what we're going to do is, after I'm done, I'm going to let this set for at least an hour. And the reason for that is I want the resin to get super thick, because then I'm going to go in and I'm going to manipulate it. Now, here we are an hour later, and I don't know what that chunk of whatever was, but do you see the stringy type effect? If you can dip your toothpick or whatever you're using into the resin and you get out a long string, then your resin is ready for you to do your swirls, do whatever. Now, as I'm doing it, I'm not just swirling. I am actually pushing that ink down and kind of moving it around. And this is going to give us the effect that you're going to see later on when I demold. And it's kind of going to do like a cloudy swirly type effect, which turns out super cool. All right, so 24 hours later, this is all nice and done. Now, there was an air bubble right on the side that I just made sure to poke through with my dotting tool to make sure that the resin will go in there and I'm not going to have like that hole in the middle of his body later on. It'll still be covered with resin. I'm using Let's Resin's blue for this because I think that it'll go nicely with the kind of green just overtook the blue completely. So there's not much blue in there left anymore. But I think it'll go nice. Like I said, it's for my grandson. So blue and green are definitely boy colors. And I think he will love it. And I am just slowly pouring in this resin. Now I am going to stop. And where that hole is, I'm just taking a toothpick and making sure that that resin gets in there to fill it. And checking just to make sure. And that's it. Then we're just going to continue slowly filling it, letting the resin find its own way, making sure that I'm not pouring too fast because there's not a lot of space left and I don't want things to start overflowing as they kind of find their way up into the arms and legs. I am going to take my dotting tool and kind of go around those areas where the mold kind of comes up and over because air bubbles like to get trapped there. And you saw I hit it with my heat gun again before I filled it completely. And then I'm going to go in again and just slowly, slowly fill it up, giving the resin a moment to kind of just find its way into the arms and legs. And then I'm just taking my dotting tool and I'm going into each one of the little toes just to make sure that the resin is fully there, no air bubbles. And then we're just going to top it off and get it all nice and pretty, go around that neckline again, just in case there's bubbles trapped there. And then that's pretty much it. We're just gonna fill him up and let him cure and see what results we get. Now, as I kind of continue doing this, I told you I suck at the Petri effect, and I absolutely do. I don't know if it's a resin thing, like all my resins are too thick for it or what, but I can't get the typical like colors actually dropping at all. Like I just don't know. I've used different brands of alcohol inks. I've used different brands of like the Sinker White. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So eventually one day I want to get the actual Daniel Cooper and Let's Resin like Petri effect resin and see if it's actually any different and if maybe it's just a thinner resin and that's what you need. And I, I, I don't know. I don't know, guys, but I can't get it to work right. Not the way it should be, not to just let it there and sink. Like it barely kind of like you can barely see it even trying at the top. Like you'll see when I flip it over here in a second. All right, are we ready for this? Come on. And there we go. So you can see when I bring it close up, see all the swirls and just me. That is from the toothpick pushing that color down there and me moving it around. Had I just taken it and swirled the top, you would not get that at all. You would see the swirl in the bottom, but you wouldn't get that 3D kind of smoky, cloudy effect that you can clearly see in this piece, which I think is super, super cool. Now, the glamour shots, I'll have better still pictures of it for you to where you can actually see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so Petri Effects and we don't get along real well. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And like I said, it could be the resin. I mean, I've tried it in every brand resin that I've ever used, and I've not had a whole lot of luck on getting that, but I have not tried the Daniel Cooper Let's Resin, so maybe one day I'll do that and see if it actually makes a difference and we can play around with it some more. Now, I did decide that I wanted to kind of just do some things to him just to make him a little bit better. So we're going to go I just have these oil-based markers that I have and I'm going over the eyes and the nose and the mouth, and then we're going to do some things with the little headpiece things that he's got coming on his head and his little claws and all that good stuff, and just dress him up and make him even more adorable than he already is. Like, I absolutely love this mold. I think this is so, so cute, and I really hope my grandson likes this too. So as I kind of go about doing this. I just kind of want to give you guys an update. Well, first, this is not like I'm not at the end of the Christmas videos. I still have a couple more left. I just didn't have any that are ready because they have more steps to them than, just a simple pour and be done type deal. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on. So, I've moved to, it's been 3 weeks ago today into my house. We are all pretty much settled in. I mean, I'll be unpacking for the next 30 years, but it's fine. It's fine. Um, yeah, I couldn't be happier. I'm so happy that we did this. It's been surreal. Like it really has. This is something that my husband and I have wanted to do for a really long time, and we just never really thought that it would be possible, and we thought that, it just wouldn't happen for us, but it did. So I thank God for that, and it has just been like I'm over the moon. You guys, you don't even know. Like I'm so much happier, so much happier, and I'm really excited about it. I have missed you guys crazy ridiculously though. I've missed the live premieres and being able to talk to you guys and just all of the things. Like it's been crazy. You don't really realize how much, even though like I've never met any of you face to face, how much you miss those people and how people become a part of your life until, you go a little while and they're not there, and it's like, well, wow. So it's been crazy, but I am so glad to be back and doing it again and talking with you guys again and being here in the live premiere with you guys. Like, you don't even know. As I kind of finish this piece up, I'm just going to put on some music for you guys, and then I will be back when we're ready to wrap it up.
The water so clear, floating gently shows no fear. Bubbles rise to kiss the sky. Underwater dreams never die. Wiggling tail with a playful grin. Tiny feet paddling begin. Every rock a grand parade. In this world where joy is displayed. Oh, Axolotl, you're so free. In your world beneath the sea. Sunbeams dance with you today. Wandering in your own ballet. Colors bright just like a jewel. In your pond you're so cool. Plants sway like they're saying hi. Wherever you go, I ask why. Big fish, they scurry fast. You just smile and let it pass. Every moment is a song. In the liquid you belong. Oh, Axolotl, you're so free. In your world beneath the sea. Sunbeams dance with you today. Wandering in your own ballet. Oh, Axolotl, you're so free. In your world beneath the sea. Sunbeams dance with you today. Wandering in your own ballet.
Okay, I'm back. So I am just going over with a little bit of gold now just to give some more added interest and just all of the things to him. And then I decided that for his eyes, I'm going to do 2 little rhinestones. So I got out my diamond glaze, put 2 little drops of it on each of his eyes, and then just selected a rhinestone that I thought would kind of go along with the colors of him. Hindsight, I probably should have done a darker color, but I didn't, and it's fine. I absolutely love him. I think he's super adorable. Thank you to Let's Resin for sponsoring a portion of this video. You guys are greatly appreciated. All right, guys, that is a wrap on this one. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will catch you on Tuesday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Together we belong. In every comment, right? You lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer.